What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to a new edition of the 16's podcast reaction section. As you can see by the title, it is finally here. We're only, I believe, like a month, 2 months away. I believe it comes out like March, the very beginning of March. I know the very beginning of March. I forgot the exact date. But we're almost here, man. Mandalorian season 3. It's been a while. I forgot exactly when the last season 2 came out. I forgot how long it's been since then. But it's been a good little minute since we've had Mando on his own show. Now, granted, we did get some of him towards the back half of the Book of Boba Fett episode, so I'm pretty sure that's where we're going to be picking up from. So after we go through all the stuff, you know, the flashback stuff with Boba, and then he basically gets and recruits Mando to have him help out and whatnot, and Mando comes to help basically free of charge. So they end up like, what was it? They were on Tatooine, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and they were basically like taking control of Jabba's palace and everything, and had like the city, the mayor, and all those people of the city and whatnot, basically trying to like stop Boba, because we got to see Cad Bane for the first time in live action, and he's working for the Pike Syndicate. Listen, as big of a character as he is, I don't believe he's dead. He could be, but I don't believe he is. Just based off of how that whole fight between him and Boba ended at the end of the season. But as you know, they basically won. They saved the town and everything. Boba's, he has his whole little group with Black Chrysanthemum, the Power Ranger squads with the bikes and everything and whatnot, and Fennec Shan. So they have Tatooine, that Jabba's palace and everything. So that's probably going to come into effect later on. Not sure if it'll be in the Mandalorian season 3, but it's going to come back to the fold at some point, because that was the current timeline and everything. And then we basically just leave off with Mando and baby Yoda, Grogu, whichever you want to call him. It doesn't matter to me. I don't take offense either way. But he takes Grogu in the Naboo Starfighter, I believe that's what it was, that they had fixed up and everything. And now, that's why he had the pod and stuff in the back, so the baby could sit back there and everything. And how he's knocking on the glass with the little ball so he can press the button to go, super fast and everything. So yeah, man, I'm really excited. The Mandalorian from season 1, like when everybody saw that first episode and we saw it was Baby Yoda, Grogu, and it blew everybody away. And it has not slowed down since then. It has just honestly gotten better and better and better. Season 2, for me, was probably the best, even compared to, so I'll say season 2, Book of Boba, and then season 1, just because Book of Boba, you get Boba and you get Mando, so it's real hard to drop that below season 1. But by far, one of the best things Star Wars has done. Amazing. Can't wait until we get to this new season. So without further ado, man, let's go ahead and get into this reaction.
Our people are scattered like stars in the galaxy.
Is he talking to other Mandos? Oh shit.
What do we stand for?
Okay, we got a squad of Mandos. Let's get it.
Being a Mandalorian is not just learning about how to fight. You also have to know how to navigate the galaxy. That way, you'll never be lost.
Grief Karga. The armor.
To Mandalore.
Uh-oh.
So I might be forgiven for my transgression.
To bathe in the waters.
May the Force be with you!
This is the way.
This is the way. Oh, Baby Yoda got the present.
What's happening out there, and by the time it becomes big enough for you to act, it'll be too late.
Oh, flashback.
Hang on, kid.
Did I get a new ship too? Uh-huh. Uh-oh.
This is the way.
Oh! Oh! Baby Yoda using the Force! And that's the way to end it, huh? Hell no. Oh, man, I am excited, y'all. I am excited. Let's go ahead and get into this breakdown real quick. All right, y'all. Decent trailer, really good trailer. Got me super hyped, as you can see. It doesn't really give you any idea of exactly what's gonna be going on, other than the fact that Mando basically tells the armorer that he's going back to Mandalore, and we know he's going back so he can bathe in the waters. Which he talked, I believe it was No, it was the Book of Boba Fett when he met the armor on the whatchamacallit and had the whole lightsaber battle and everything. So yeah, so he's basically going back because he removed his helmet, so he's technically not a Mandalorian anymore. So he has to go back and bathe in the waters beneath Mandalore to basically be, like he said, be forgiven of his transgressions and everything, to be considered a Mandalorian again. But this goes back to the whole thing with like when Bo-Katan met him. And that was season 2 when Bo-Katan met him, and she basically talked about like, you're part of a death, like a cult or something, like people who take that shit like super overly serious. But they're not all that way. That's just the group that he kind of was raised up by. Because as we see Bo-Katan and her little group of people, they take their mask off like it's nothing all the time. You know what I mean? And she's like, she's royalty essentially. So, you know, she's the one who's supposed to be ruling over Mandalore and everything. But as you know, the whole stuff with Mando and how he beat Gus Fring, I can't remember his actual name in the show, so he'll always be Gus Fring first. But yeah, where he ends up beating him, Moff Gideon, that's who it is. How he ends up beating Moff Gideon, and he gets the Darksaber, but you're technically supposed to win it in battle, so he can't just give it to Bo, and you know that's gonna be a whole bunch of can of worms going forward. But the real two things that really excited me the most out of this whole trailer was obviously at the very beginning when you get to see like a whole bunch of different Mandalorians and like different armor and all that kind of stuff. Like, because up until this point, we saw a good amount in the first season, and that's because they were all part of that group where he was on that planet. And then I think like most of them ended up like getting killed off, and it was only the armorer and the one that he fought for the Darksaber. Those were the only 2 that were left, if I'm not mistaken, from that group. So to see this, I mean, we've seen Bo and then the chick who's with her and dude who's with her. So we've seen other Mandalorians and whatnot, but to see, it was at least 10 of them with Mando, like all together. So that's going to be interesting to see how they end up coming together, how he finds them across the galaxy or whatever that turns out to be. And obviously the best part was the part that they saved for the end, because I was kind of like, oh shit, what's about to happen? Because we see Grogu like in his, his little pod floating and whatnot coming out the cave, and then you see some random like alien creature just like jump down and whatnot. And you're like, oh shit. It didn't seem like Mando was there. It seemed like he was there by himself. And then the next thing you see is the body just flying out the cave, and you see Yoda, baby Yoda, coming out, with his hand up and whatnot. I was just like, okay, he's getting more control over it. That's gonna be fire to see, man. I really can't wait for him to start, using more of his abilities and whatnot as the show goes on. He gets more equipped to handle the Force and everything. So I'm really looking forward to this season. It's coming out March 1st. So like I said, a little less than 2 months, little over a month and a half, maybe something like that, because it's currently January 17th, so not too long before we get back there. It kind of feels weird. I don't know if it's just me or everybody, but for me, it kind of feels weird that it's not going on like in the winter, so like October to December. It feels kind of weird that it's in March to April, maybe January, February, March, April, May. So yeah, maybe March to April, something like that, because it's not going to be, I don't know how many episodes it's going to be, but from what I can remember from previous seasons, we only get like 8 episodes, I believe. So yeah, maybe a month, 2 months of Mando. I can't wait to get back into it, man. It feels like it's been forever since we last saw him, but like I said in the intro, we last saw him in the Book of Boba Fett, so I'm guessing it's just going to be picking up from there. We got to see Greef Karga. I really love what they've done with the Mandalorian. Like, I'm not a super huge Star Wars fan. I do enjoy Star Wars stuff, but like the Mandalorian for me, that's just like, it's on a whole nother level from like the stuff that we've seen in Star. But that's just me. There are crazy Star Wars fans out there and all that kind of stuff. But for me, it's been the best thing that I've seen in Star Wars, hands down, far and away. So with that, that's gonna bring us to the end of the reaction, the end of the breakdown and everything. Man, like I said, I'm really excited to see this. If you all enjoyed the reaction, hit the like button. To basically say you liked it, you enjoy what the content is, and all that kind of stuff. Subscribe if you want to see more trailer reactions, episode reactions, our normal mainstay of the channel, which is the 1216 podcast, which we do. And then make sure you hit that notification bell if you want to get notified every time we drop a new video. And I will see y'all in the next one.